Hello, my name is Nick Williams, Master Gardener, Becker County Extension Service. We're going to talk this morning about Nutrient Film Technique, or NFT, which is a variant of hydroponics, kind of a combination of hydroponics and aeroponics. It's soilless growing of vegetables mostly, although ornamental plants can be used. About 60% of the roots are in air and the remainder are exposed to a flowing solution of nutrients. These systems are available as a kit. They can be purchased through the internet, garden supply, or greenhouse supply areas, and they are available at some big box stores. For example, Northern Tool has a kit that's available for Nutrient Film Technique. The equipment that you need is primarily a nutrient tank, which I use a 32-gallon garbage can for. There is a pump in there that pumps water through this washing machine supply hose to a PVC system. That brings the nutrients up to this bucket, and then through a 1/4-inch pipe it flows into these rain gutters. And the rain gutters are simply, again, available at the big box stores. Polyvinyl chloride or PVC. End caps are glued on them, and then a drain is put in one end. And I use this stuff, which is a compressed insulation. I don't know exactly what the name of it is, but there's a picture of the Pink Panther on it. It comes in a 4x8 foot sheet. I cut it to lengths such as this to fit in here in the rain gutter, and then drill holes in this to put the plants. The nutrient solution consists of water mainly, and if you have a water softener in your house, you should not use water from that because it has too much sodium in it. And the softener also takes out calcium and magnesium, which is important for the nutrients of the plant. Nutrients are available, again, through the same greenhouse supply companies that have the kits. I generally use powder or dry. You can use liquid, and I have a sample of some dry nutrients back here. They're formulated for whatever plants you want to grow. This one is for lettuce, which is one of the things that I'm growing back here. Now, they do not add calcium or magnesium to this because of the variable amounts into the water, so one has to add their own calcium or magnesium. I use Epsom salts for the magnesium, and just buy powdered calcium nitrate, I guess, which is good because it adds some nitrogen to the system as well. And this is an example of the pump that we use. The pump is probably the most critical part of the system. It is submersible. It runs all the time, and because of that, one should consider what's called a magnetic drive pump, which is sealed and it will not rust or corrode. This is probably the most expensive part of the system. You can spend anywhere from $35 to $100 on it, and the strength or size that you get depends on how far and how high you have to pump the system. This pump is pretty anemic. It was very inexpensive. This pump in here has to pump a little higher, so I got a more expensive pump for this solution. This is growing tomatoes and cucumbers up on the top row there. What we do first is start plants in these little fiber cubes. And these are about 2 weeks old, I think, maybe 3 weeks old, charred. And we just take those out when they're about this size with roots dangling down, and transfer them over to this system. Again, there's nutrient solution flowing through this. Just take out one of the plugs. I cut this with a piece of pipe and stuff that in there. And in about 3 weeks, or maybe 5 weeks, we'll have nice chard. We have celery growing at the far end in this. Celery is very slow growing, and it's almost microscopic when it starts. It's very fun to watch it evolve into the big giant things that you buy at the grocery store. This is black seeded lettuce. These three things. This is some type of lettuce. And the chard we just planted, and the rest of these are lettuce. I haven't put anything back here yet. Nutrient Film Technique is a system that can be used indoors. I happen to use it in a greenhouse, but it can also be done outdoors. One of the largest producers of romaine lettuce in Minnesota does Nutrient Film Technique outdoors and produces hundreds of heads of romaine lettuce every day using this system. The equipment that you need to buy to purchase or to construct your own system is the reservoir bucket, PVC pipe, the washing machine supply hose, the pump, the buckets, and the tubing. It's very simple to make. and it's quite rewarding. I put this system together for less than $125, not counting the cost of the pumps. The plants that work well for us, so far we've done cucumbers, tomatoes, lettuce, celery, chard. On the bigger plants like tomatoes, once they get to a certain size, because there are no roots in the soil, one has to put some sort of a support system, and the same with cucumbers. This is one little cucumber that you can see here. It will drop over the side, and then I'll put something here for the cucumber vines to climb down on. The disadvantage of this system, if the electricity goes out and the pump stops, the plants start dying within 5 to 10 minutes. They really go quickly. As far as productivity goes, in this small space here, we produce enough lettuce and chard for a family of probably 5 or 6. The tomatoes, we will have more than enough cherry tomatoes by the middle of summer. If you have any questions about nutrient film technique or NFT, you can call the extension office, Master Gardeners, and if they don't have the answers for you, they can get in touch with somebody that will.